Hey, Cross Park. I want to run through a list of reminders for you in chronological order as far as what's going on in the coming weeks, just so that we can all be on the same page. Um, First, men, we are gathering for prayer on Saturday morning, this Saturday morning, 7 a.m. at the house on Hemby. That is different than our normal schedule. We usually meet the third Saturday of every month, but we pushed it a week so as not to conflict in any way with the Discovery weekend that was last weekend. So, men's prayer this Saturday at 7 a.m. at the house on Hemby. Then on Sunday, we'll have an informational meeting after the service. So this Sunday, the 24th of August, after the service, I'll have an informational meeting to get some updates from the elders, from the finance team, from our transition team, and also want to share with you the plans for our fall. You'll probably remember from last week's video that we are going to adjust our fall programming a little bit so that we can better foster relational connection and prayer together. And so that's going to adjust our Sunday school hours. So we'll lay out the plans for that at Sunday's informational meeting after the service. As well as part of that, feel free to come with any questions you have about any of the updates we share or anything more generally in our life together as a church. So info meeting this Sunday after worship. Third thing to mention, the women are having a kind of fall preview for women's ministry on the first Saturday of September, which is their normal pattern for prayer. So the women gather first Saturday of September, men for prayer. The men gather third Saturday of the month, September, yes, but for every month, that's the pattern. First and third, women and men. First Saturday of September, the women are having a special gathering of prayer. They'll have breakfast. It's going to be kind of a kickoff for their Bible studies. That's at Wendy Shank's house. If you have any questions, you can email Wendy or the women's care team, I think generally, or Amanda Bache as well, is particularly heading up the Bible study aspect for women this fall. Fourth thing to mention, the next day, which is the first Sunday of September, September 7th, we'll have a church-wide preview. So the women are doing preview for their ministries Saturday morning, but then we're going to do a broader preview, excuse me, for the congregation the next Sunday, September 7th, after worship. So 2 after worship events coming up soon. One is this Sunday, the 24th of August, info meeting. And then 2 weeks later, the 7th of September, we'll have it's not going to be a full brunch, but we'll have some snacks, just an opportunity for us as a leadership to share with you, the congregation, what all we're doing this fall as far as ministry offerings, Thrive groups, our Bible studies, and the ways that you can get plugged in and involved in the life and ministry of the church. Fifth thing I'll mention is just a reminder, men, about our men's retreat coming up the end of September, the last weekend of September, 25, 26, 27. Yeah, that's going to be the last weekend of September. Registration link is live, and we want to get registered by the 7th of September so that we can get info to the to Bon Clarkin for food and all of that. So guys, go ahead and register for the men's retreat. There is that Thursday night option. The retreat itself will be Friday evening and all day Saturday. But there is a Thursday night option. Costs about $50 extra, but you can come up if you can get Friday off work. We'd love for you to come up. No programming Thursday night or Friday during the day. First official kind of formal programming will be Friday evening for dinner. But we'd love for you, if you're able to come up early, get that day off. It's a great way to kind of begin the retreat, just get a little extra rest, which you might happen to need. So men, register for the men's retreat. Last thing that I'll mention is just our scripture passage for service on Sunday, Luke 13, verses 10 to 17. Would encourage you to give that passage a read ahead of time. Luke 13, verses 10 to 17. We've only got 2 weeks left in our sermon series on looking to Jesus. So the joke is that after August, we're not going to be looking to Jesus anymore, but certainly that's just a joke. That's just been the title of our sermon series. First week of September, we will spend the morning looking at Colossians 1 and 2, which is sort of the parent passage for our vision statement, Him we proclaim. And so we're going to consider that passage together. And then for the rest of the fall, we're going to be looking at the book of Genesis. So we're not going to go verse by verse through Genesis, but we are going to look at some of the main kind of covenant passages, especially as we kind of get back to basics and consider the foundations of our faith and God's big work in the world and how we might be a part of that. So there's some reminders. Of course, keep your eyes open and be attentive to emails that have lots of details in them. We have need for roadies, and there are some other ways for you to engage in the life and ministry of the church. But wanted you to be aware of some of the events coming up so that we can pursue them together. Cross Park, we love you. Looking forward to being with you in worship on Sunday morning. Grace and peace.